Okay, let's go ahead and get started, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here again for the top 10 ways to use video to market your business and why every business should. And I really believe that every business should be taking advantage of video nowadays. And I've seen every industry imaginable use video effectively. So it really doesn't matter what business you're in or the size of your business, there is a way, I can assure you, to use video to market your business effectively. And I'm going to share with you the top 10 ways I think you can use video, and hopefully we'll spark some ideas as to how your business can take advantage of video in your marketing mix. Just a couple of the logistics here before we get going. First of all, I will be recording this presentation, and I'll send you a copy of the recording afterwards. So you can sit back and relax. You don't need to take real intense notes. You'll get a copy of this presentation. You can go through it whenever you like, as many times as you like. Next, I will be taking questions at the end of the presentation. So please, if you have any questions, chat them into the box that you see below this presentation. Just go ahead and chat your question in there, and I'm going to answer as many of them as I can at the end of the presentation, time permitting. And also ability permitting. Sometimes you stump me with some really tough questions. If that's the case, we'll be sure to follow up with you individually after the presentation here in the next 24 or 48 hours and make sure that we answer any of your individual questions, okay? But I'll get to as many of them as I can here at the end of this presentation, all right? So just go ahead and chat them in to the box below. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Again, you are at the top 10 ways to use video to market your business and why every business should. All right, let's start off by answering this question of, why video? Why are we having a presentation saying that every business should use video to market their business? Well, here's some interesting stats from Nielsen. While traditional TV viewing was up only 0.2% last year, internet video was up 35%. And mobile video went up 20%. So video on the internet and video watched through mobile phones or other mobile devices such as iPads continues to grow at a very rapid pace. And I say continue because this trend really has been growing like this for the last 10 years or so. I mean, video has been on an absolute tear, and it shows no signs of slowing down. And the reason why for that, I think, is that it's so easy for people to create video nowadays. You have video cameras on most of the cell phones. You have easy pocket, flip video cameras that you can buy. You have video cameras that are very high quality, oftentimes in your laptop or your computer now. So it's just very easy for people to create video and to share video, and video is very engaging. And I think that's why TV has been the top advertising medium for so long, is that it is engaging. People like that combination of sight and sound, and now you're able to get that on the internet and on your mobile devices very easy. So for all those reasons, video really is continuing to grow like crazy. And as I said, video is very engaging, and because of the internet, it's also very easy to share. And you can see here some interesting stats, these showing habitual video sharing site users. And what that means is just people that go to video sharing sites on a very regular basis. And you can see the numbers in orange. That's the percentage of people that are going to these video sharing sites every day, on a typical day, I guess I should say. So as you can see, in 2006, that number was 8%. In 2011, that number was 28%. So it's more than tripled. The number of people going to these video sharing sites on a typical day has more than tripled. And again, I think that's because video is easy and it's engaging, and all of the top sites have made it easy to share video. So people are having a lot of fun with video, and that's shown in these stats here. Next, this Forrester study says that any given video in the index, and what they mean by index, they're just referring to the actual search engines, so in the Google index, stands about a 50 times better chance of appearing on the first page of results than any given text page in the index. So what this is saying, the translation is saying that if you have a video in the Google search engine, you have about a 50 times better chance of getting that video on page 1 of the search engines versus a text page in the search engine. So, for a long time, the search engines were really just about text. Now, video is really, really becoming an important factor in getting ranked in the search engines quickly. And there's a lot of reasons for that. One, again, video is very popular and engaging. And two, Google owns YouTube. YouTube, of course, being the #1 video search engine and sharing site on the web. So Google obviously has a real incentive to make sure that videos in YouTube are showing up very well in the search engines. So for that reason, you can see here what a video looks like when it's ranking in the search engines. Not only do they rank well, but you can see here they're an engaging presentation, right? So you can actually see a picture there of a little clip from the video right in the search rankings, whereas all of the other rankings, look much more just kind of bland because they're all text. So video has become a very, very important tool in getting search engine visibility. So that all adds up to more traffic, more engagement with the people that you actually get from that traffic, and also better search engine ranking. So the real question is, why not use video, right? And the answer is there's not a really good reason. As I said, I think that every business in every industry and of every size can take advantage of video in their marketing mix. All right, so that's the why of using video. Let's go ahead and move on to the top 10 ways to use video to market your business. And what I'm going to do here, again, my hope is that I'm going to take you through 10 real life examples that I hope spur some ideas in your mind as to how you could use video effectively at your business. All right, #1, and this is not necessarily in any particular order, but #1 is to give your elevator pitch. I've got to believe that just about everybody has heard of the concept of the elevator pitch, but just to summarize it real quick, the elevator pitch is your very brief explanation of what your business does and maybe the unique value that it provides to customers, right? So every business should have an elevator pitch. Every business should have a very brief but effective way of describing what they do, so that when somebody is trying to learn about your business or ask you what you do, you can give them a nice quick answer that will hopefully get them engaged and get them interested in learning more. Well, video is a great way to do that. Using video, you can very briefly and very clearly and consistently present your elevator pitch, and do that on your website or your Facebook page or on YouTube. I mean, any number of places. So a quick, easy example here, you can go to easyvideoplayer.com and check out how they give their elevator pitch right there on their website. So Easy Video Player actually has a software that you can buy that allows you to make playing videos on your website easier. So you'll see their pitch that they give really quickly as to why you would want to use Easy Video Player. So that's a good example. But giving your elevator pitch is one of the most important things you can do to attract the right audience to your business. And giving an elevator pitch in video is oftentimes much more engaging and much more clear than it is when it's just done in text. And you'll see more and more businesses are using video now to give their elevator pitch quickly on their websites. All right, #2 is to demonstrate your products. Demonstration, the power of demonstration has been clearly established in selling products. I mean, that's why, when you see the infomercials on TV, that's why they have those engaging commercials, usually with a celebrity, where they actually show, somebody using the blender or the roaster or the vacuum cleaner or whatever it is. It's because it's been proven that visual demonstration is very engaging to people, and it helps people understand exactly what they would do with that product. It helps them see in their own mind how they would use that product for benefit. So it's been proven. Now, you may not be able to afford to run infomercials, or your business may not be appropriate for running infomercials, but that doesn't mean that you can't use video to quickly demonstrate your product and how it works, and how people could use it. And again, create that video and share it on your website or your social media pages or other places. So a good example of this is Hipmunk. If you've never heard of Hipmunk, it's a hot kind of Silicon Valley startup that helps you find your travel information, your choice of flights and hotels and things like that very easily. And Hipmunk has a lot of very rabid users, but there's a lot of us that think, well, geez, I already have Orbitz, I already have Travelocity. Why in the world do I need another place to go to book my travel? So Hipmunk has the challenge of quickly explaining, well, here's why you would want to use us instead of going to those other sites. So they did that via video on their website, and I think it's a real nice example of demonstrating their product. Number 3 is to demonstrate social proof. Demonstrate social proof. So social proof is just referring to the phenomenon that people want what other people have, or what other people have had success with, they feel more confident in, right? This is the reason why if you were walking down the street and you saw 2 restaurants that you're trying to choose some place to go to eat, and you see a restaurant that's very crowded and has a line outside versus a restaurant right next door with nobody in it, you naturally will assume, well, the restaurant that has all of the people in it and the line outside must be better, right? That's why it's got all those people. So that's an example of social proof. Well, one of the best examples of social proof when it comes to selling your products or services is to have happy customers or clients give video testimonials and talk about their experience with your business, with your products, with your services, with your team. I mean, depending on what you sell, those video testimonials can be shaped so that, again, a previous customer or client is essentially giving you a raving review. So that's a fantastic use of video that really every business can take advantage of. And if you go to this site here, philsquare.com, just PHIL square.com, and you'll see how they use testimonials on their websites. All right, number 4 is to sell your products or services. Depending on the types of products or services that you sell, you may actually have people come to your website and complete transactions right there on your website. If that's the case, then video, again, has been proven to lift conversion, which just means to sell more products or services than just using text or images alone. So you'll see a lot of businesses nowadays are using video to actually try to sell their products or services on their website. And this is actually a quick or a slick option for you to go look at. This is simplestoryvideos.com. Simplestoryvideos.com. Now, not only are they going to sell their products and services using video on their site, but their product or service is actually that they will create sales videos for you to help you quickly sell your products or services online. So this is kind of a bonus one to go check out, Simple Story Videos, because again, you can see how they sell their product, but you can also have a resource here to go get videos made for your business if you'd like. So videos are a great way to tell your products or services story and to sell right there on your website. All right, number 5 is to share tips and advice. Number 5 is to share tips and advice. This is actually Carl White from a business called The Marketing Animals. Carl is a friend of mine who's also a very successful marketer. He has his primary business is in real estate and in helping mortgage brokers and real estate brokers get more deals done. And what he does, he shares marketing tips and strategies using video online, and he does it every Saturday. You can see here it's carlssaturdaystrategy.com, and Carl is a fantastic resource for tens of thousands of people, literally, and he makes a very, very good living because he shares these tips and advice online, and so people naturally turn to him as an expert and therefore buy his other products and services. So he makes a fantastic living by doing this. And again, any business that there's any sort of educational component, or there's any sort of tips and strategies that you can share with people to help them be more successful, it's a fantastic way to do that via just regular, brief videos that you send out, every week, every month, whatever it is, however frequently you can get it done. And I know some businesses do that every day and even twice a day, depending on what business they're in. So it's a fantastic way of demonstrating that you have expertise. It's a fantastic way of positioning yourself as a very helpful resource to a large audience in a very efficient way. All right, number 6 is to answer frequently asked questions about your products or services. So we've all, had questions about a product that we've bought and gone to a website and gone to their frequently asked questions section, and it's, some of them are real hit or miss. I mean, some of them do a great job, some of them do a pretty poor job. One of the ways that I think the best companies are answering these frequently asked questions is by actually using video to answer. So again, video over text, they can oftentimes answer these questions with a much clearer response, oftentimes using the video to demonstrate the solution to the question. And a good example of this is Evernote.com, which, by the way, is one of my favorite applications. I love Evernote. So if you haven't checked that out, you definitely should. But they do a nice job of answering their frequently asked questions via video, which again, I think just creates a better user experience and more engaging experience as well. Number 7, I love this strategy, is to use video to introduce your team. This is from a company called Huge, and you can go to their website, hugeinc.com, and they use video to introduce the people on their team. This is a great way of creating connection between your prospects and customers and your team. This is particularly helpful in businesses where maybe you never have any face-to-face interaction with your clients or customers. If you work in a business where nobody's walking into your store or you don't go and meet them, this is a great way of still creating some personal connection. It's also a great way of connecting in the pre-sale situation where your product or service is going to require a lot of personal interaction or connection, right? Because this is a great way of letting people know what your team is like before they buy, because if they're going to have a lot of personal interaction with you, they want to know who they're getting involved with. So by posting video of interactions, or introductions, I should say, to those team members, you can create that connection early on and give yourself a better chance in that sales situation. So using videos to introduce your team is number 7. Number 8 is to do a tour of your business. You can check this out, Walkabout New York City. If you go to blog.behance.net, you can see a walking tour of the Behance office. And this is a really fantastic way, again, to kind of demonstrate that your business is real, to show maybe some of the unique things that go into building your product. A lot of businesses out there have some sort of interesting manufacturing process that their customers never get to see, but they may find that very intriguing to see that kind of brought to life in video. So it's a great way, again, of just kind of demonstrating that you have a real business, that you have a team, or that you have some sort of unique process or manufacturing element that you can use to demonstrate how your products are created. That all just makes for really, really good, engaging video. Number 9 is to entertain. And I'm sure that all of you have seen over the past couple of years the Old Spice commercials that have been a huge hit. And these absolutely skyrocketed Old Spice's sales. They were considered one of the most successful online advertising campaigns ever. And they have just done a fantastic job with these. And of course, they're playing them on television as well. But just a really, really entertaining series about, deodorant of all things. I mean, if you can make deodorant that entertaining, you can make just about anything entertaining. So oldspice.com, fantastic site to check out their videos and to get a good laugh, because they really do a nice job of creating entertaining, engaging videos. So people love to be entertained, they love to laugh. If you can find a way to have some fun with your product or service or your team and entertain your viewers, it's a great way of creating some loyalty for your products and services. All right, and number 10, the final tip here, is to report the news. You can see a good example here at healthguru.com. Healthguru.com. It's a site obviously all about health, and they're effectively using video to report updates in what latest studies in health and products and services that are out there related to health. So they do a really, really nice job of using video again to engage and report the news about health issues and topics. Again, this is one of those things that if you have an industry where there's just kind of lots of change, it's a dynamic industry where there's lots of stuff going on, then this is a fantastic way to stay front and center with your audience, is to just regularly report the news, regularly report what's going on in the industry, so that you're staying top of attention, top of mind with your audience. So it doesn't have to be, long, like professional news style reporting. Can be very casual, very quick, but still, again, great way to engage people, to educate them, and to stay top of mind with them. All right, so that's 10 ways to use video. I hope that you've got some ideas. I hope that again has sparked some ideas in your mind as to how you could use video at your business. I guarantee you, if you spend a little bit of time brainstorming with your team, in every business, you could use at least one of these 10 to market your business. But I would be hard-pressed to find any business where you couldn't come up with at least 3 or 4 ways that you could use video. All right? So let me share with you just some quick video best practices before we move on to Q&A. One, don't let perfection get in the way of progress. And I think that this is the biggest issue I see with a lot of people who are trying to use video for the first time, is they feel like they have to be it has to be some Hollywood production where everything is just this amazing quality video, and that's absolutely not the case. In fact, there have been all kinds of studies that have shown that people actually engage more and will buy more from videos that are not real high production quality, because I think the reason why is they don't feel like they're being sold to as much. If it seems more just kind of casual and somebody that hasn't put a ton of money into creating the perfect pitch, and perfect presentation, I think it lowers people's guards, and they actually feel like, hey, I'm actually dealing with more of a real human being or a real company behind this video. So don't let perfection get in the way of progress. You don't have to be Martin Scorsese. You don't have to create the latest Oscar-winning production. Just get a camera and get going, or even just do some screen capture off of your camera. Whatever it is, just get moving. Let's see here. Tip number 2, use a good quality camera. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it should have a good quality lens so that you're not producing real grainy images in your video. Now, the good news is that really high quality cameras can be found in just about any price range now, and on just countless number of devices. I personally use an iPhone. I've got the latest iPhone, and it produces just incredible video quality. So that cost me a few $100s. It's my main, it's my phone, it's my email device, all that type of stuff, and it's a fantastic video camera. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to do this. Next is to make sure that the sound is good. And actually, this is proven to be more important than the actual video quality, is that you want to have high quality sound. For whatever reason, people will actually be more lenient when it comes to the image quality than they will be with the sound quality. If they're having a hard time with the sound, they are actually more fast to kind of pull the trigger and cancel out of the video and not finish watching the video. So make sure that you have really good quality sound in your videos. Next is create new videos frequently. The search engines love frequently created content. They love timely, fresh content. And your users, your audience will also come to expect a certain kind of flow of content creation from you. So as I showed you earlier, Carl's Saturday Strategy, every Saturday he releases a quick new video. They're always less than 10 minutes long. But that engagement, people learn to look for those videos every Saturday, which of course, again, just puts him very top of mind with his customers. So create new videos frequently. I also think that this is a great way just to get good at creating videos. You start to do it frequently enough and get into the habit of it, and you start to lose that perfection concern and just kind of realize, hey, I can create good video easily and quickly. It doesn't have to be this big production. So really recommend that you create new videos on a pretty frequent basis. And then last tip here, post the videos on YouTube and then embed them in your site. Okay, because YouTube, again, is the #1 video search engine. It's actually the #2 search engine, period, right behind the main Google search engine. And you want to take advantage of that by making sure that your videos are posted in YouTube to get that search engine traction. Okay, so there's some tips. Again, I hope that you got some great ideas out of those top 10 ways to use video and combine those with these video best practices, and I know that you'll be using video successfully to market your business in no time. All right, let's go ahead and move on to some questions here. We got some good questions that came in, I saw. Let's see here. Let's start. Well, actually, let me just grab a drink of water here real quick. Okay, let's start with somebody says that YouTube seems to be the only site big enough to be worth, worried about posting your videos on and sharing them on. What's my opinion on that? And I would say that while YouTube is obviously the King Kong in that space. I actually don't think it's the only place worth sharing on. As a prime example, I think Facebook. If you're using Facebook at all to market your business, Facebook is huge for video sharing, and just by the nature of the social nature of Facebook, your videos can get shared to a massive audience quickly. So I do think that while you absolutely need to take advantage of YouTube, there are also lots of other great resources out there. Facebook, I think, being #1, but there are also some other video sharing sites out there that are very successful as well. Let's see here. Okay, so the second question here, somebody said they didn't understand my last tip there, why I suggested posting in YouTube and then embedding the video versus directly posting the video. Yeah, I kind of went through that pretty quickly, so let me go ahead and explain that one again here. So, let's say that you wanted to put a video onto your home page of your website. So you'd have a couple options there. One, you could just put the video right there into your actual website, or you could post the video to YouTube and then use YouTube's embed code to actually embed the video into your site. So the real reason that I suggest that you use that second method of posting to YouTube first and then embedding in your site is that by posting it in YouTube, you're getting all of YouTube's benefits, which again is search engine ranking, 1, and 2, that it's very easily shared. It is a social network in and of itself. So by posting it on YouTube and then embedding it on your site, not only are you getting the benefit of it being on your site, but you're also getting those additional benefits from YouTube. So yeah, I definitely suggest that you embed the video from YouTube. All right, somebody asked, how do I improve the sound when I'm using my flip camera or iPhone? That's a great question. So if you just go into the search engine, go into Google and search for microphones for iPhone video camera or something like that, you'll find that there's a whole lot of very inexpensive but very high quality microphones that you can just plug into your iPhone or other portable cameras and use those when you're recording video, and you'll get much, much, much higher quality sound. I have like a $25 microphone that's got a 20-foot cord on it, so I can actually stand 20 feet away from whoever is videotaping me and still get a perfect quality sound into the camera. So those are just lots of options out there. So just do a quick search and you'll find some inexpensive resources. All right, next question: how do we get videos to rank better? That's a great question. That's a whole nother presentation, and happy to do one here in the future, or happy to help you with that individually. But it really is, there's a lot to it. But I mean, it's essentially doing search engine optimization of video, just like you would do search engine optimization of any content, with a handful of things that are unique to video. But again, happy to help you with that directly, or do another presentation on that in the future. Let's see here. Somebody says, I don't like being in front of the camera. What can I do? I like the idea of using video to market my business, but I don't want to be in front of the camera. No problem. A lot of people have that same feeling, and I certainly understand that. So let me give you a few options. One, you can do presentations like I'm doing right now. This presentation can be recorded while I'm doing it, just like I am, and I'll send you a video of this presentation. Well, you could do the same thing. Do a presentation like this. They don't ever have to see your face, and just record it and use that video. Another thing, just to be real creative, I know some businesses who have done things like using sock puppets, and stuff like that as their video, and they've actually had really good success with them because, it's unique and it's fun and it's silly, and, you do that type of thing right, and, people really get a laugh out of it, and you've added that entertainment component. So, you can get creative and do something like that. Finally, go check out some of those sites like the one I showed you earlier in the presentation, where other people will create animated videos for you. You can get, there's businesses out there that will create claymation videos for you. There's lots of resources. So I understand, being intimidated about being in front of the camera, but don't let that stop you from using video, because there's lots of other ways to get it done. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up there now. I want to be conscious of your time and get you back to your work day. But I really do appreciate you showing up here for this presentation. Again, video is a fantastic resource for marketing your business, and just go through these 10 ways to use video again, and I'm sure that you'll find at least one, but probably 3 or 4 that you can take advantage of at your business. So again, thank you very much. If you'd like any help with using video at your business, or just in general with marketing your business online, that is of course what we do, and we'd love to talk to you. So no high pressure sales pitch here, but if you do have any questions or anything, please feel free to get in touch, and we'll talk to you about how we might be able to help you take advantage of video or other online marketing at your business. All right, take care. Thank you so much again for joining us.